They
That
will
took a
also
second to sink
probably
in.
say that.
We're live. Hello.
Oh,
Hello,
wow.
world.
Oh gosh.
Hello.
Leaving.
We weren't just talking about balls in our faces. I promise.
Nope.
Nope. Not at all.
No
Second.
comment.
Maybe we were.
Such
Maybe
is
we
life.
were.
You'll never plead the fifth.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Whispers of Doom. I'm Robert, the host and game master, as we run through 7 Dooms of Sandpoint.
Oh,
Yes.
guess.
Oh, Gaz. I miss him so much. He's a character. He's actually an iconic character that you can find in Skitter Shots. He's I played him once or twice, and I used this voice as him. He's a wonderful little iconic character, and I love him so much, and I miss playing him. Anyways, just I'll do the intro as Gaz.
There you go.
This is episode 35, Whispers of Doom. Here we find a couple of 5e converts and Paizo stands romping around the beginnings of the Pathfinder 2nd edition standalone. No, Robert's shaking his head. No. You ran through Rusthenge already? Oh, okay. Well, I apologize. You guys are already in the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint campaign. Yes? Alright, excellent. That's good to hear. He's nodding. Yes? Okay, good. So yes, you guys are in there. Here, I'm reading through his copy. Man, he can't write. This is shit.
I was about to say, whatever happened to that? I'm about to read from this copy, guys. Just wait and watch.
Yeah. Oh man. About 14 seconds.
I mean, just remember, it doesn't matter what we say because this guy's immune to Jedi mind tricks.
Yes.
That's also true. I did not
Yes.
even process that. Also, thank you, Anchor, for the sub. We definitely deserve it after
Yes.
the past few
Anchor
minutes.
89, you are number 1 in our books here. Yes, you are the best. Yes, Didi. Oh no, that's the wrong show. We are in no way, shape, or form endorsed, associated, or sponsored by Paizo, Twitch, Foundry VTT, Zoom, or Discord, Sirenscape, or Bailey Wiki. If you want more winks, I don't know what it means, join our Discord, share us with your fellow DJs, and ring the bell below. I think that means they want you to subscribe to their show. Do that, yes. Whispers of Doom. It's a good show. I watch it every week. I'm nodding. This show is adults only. No holds bar. Top tier shit dick and dirty bean water jokes. We're all consenting people here playing make-believe where anything can happen. You do have safety tools in place. I don't see them though. In case they start to broach uneasy topics or situations. Blah 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 blah. You there, denizens of Twitch. Use your channel points, spend them, give the party obols or hero points as they say, and use the encounter table for 1,000 bits. Channel points, obols, whatever, who gives a fuck. I would really like a big glass of Castrovellian wine right about now. It would be wonderful to sip on in between breaths while I read this copy for Robert because he is not here anymore. I am running this game.
Oh no.
It's a very special episode.
Yeah.
It's an hour longer for this exact reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think that's it. How about you all introduce yourselves? Who are you? Who are you playing? And, yes, I think that's it. Who are you? Who starts? I don't know how this works.
I guess I'll start.
Yes.
Just to quickly move on. Kidding. Hi, my name is Cody, otherwise known as Bardtails here on Twitch, and I am playing Giddy Shatterglass Scarnetti, who you probably have figured out his class by this point, but we're not officially revealing most of them yet. So, I also play
Well, who cares? Just do it.
Ignara. Oh, okay, wow, alright, I guess we're just saying fuck that shit.
Yes,
hi,
Gaz is here. It's my game now.
Playing a summoner. And if you haven't been watching yet, Giddy is a goblin. So, yeah, and he has a Hellcat named Ignara. as his summoned creature, otherwise known as an Eidolon.
I think it's called an Eidolon. Why you
You're
pronounce
an
it so
Eidolon.
weird?
Shut the fuck up.
Do you not speak common?
Deal.
What is wrong with you?
You're an Eidolon. It's a new one.
I could be. I would be a
We
great
kind of
Eidolon.
are. Robert's Eidolon right now, actually.
Yes. Six hands for all kinds of things. It's great.
Anyway, Nick.
Hello. My
His
name is
arms
Nick.
attached to these hands too. Anyway,
Also go by Red. And I am playing Brip Mooncling, the Trip Key Ranger. Yeah. Ranging on the range.
Trip key.
And yes, frog people.
I don't know if there are any in the Starfinder universe in which I reside, but they would be cool to see. Space frogmen and ladies.
Yes.
Easy there.
No, I don't understand the easy.
No, you do not, Gazzy Gaz. My name is Dylan. I am playing Calliope, who is a human. Oh, almost always say cleric, champion of Pharasma. You think I would know my own character? I don't.
Oh, that was the end.
That's all I got.
It sounded like
That's
the
all,
end of
folks.
his sentence. Yes.
I was just thinking about the Eidolons. I'm like, unpopular opinion, but my mind just goes to Final Fantasy 13.
I honestly, yep, I'm there with you.
I liked it, folks. You can hate it, but I enjoyed that game.
I don't know what this is. If it is a Final Fantasy 13, why are there so many? If it's supposed to be the final one, I don't. Do you know? I don't know.
Real quick, never have I ever played a Final Fantasy game.
Me neither.
Blasphemy.
Not a single one. I know. That's like kind of heretical as a
Right.
as a self-proclaimed nerd, but
Somebody cut his mic.
Kill Calliope.
yeah.
I do have a note. I didn't want to interrupt Nick, but with him being Burp, I have a note that I'm a talking frog hanging from a tree like a kitten.
Yes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
said that back in session 31. You should go check it out. I am Jacob. I'm playing a salad, aka a Leshy, named Silflay Flamgast, and I am a Oracle.
Cool. Sorry, I was drinking from my my
Dripping.
cup. I was dripping this Crestrovelian wine from my mouth, but I was definitely listening. Yes, Gaz always pays attention to his friends. Anyways, I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna bring Robert back so he can run this game. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't tell if it's that or he just was like, I can't do this voice much longer.
601.
Oh god, I don't even know how that started. It just happened.
You started. You always do a voice at the top, and
It's
today
true.
it was him, and I said his name, and a switch flipped in your brain, and
It's funny because he's always like, I'm gonna do this copy, guys. I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
And then just something happens right here. And then
I just lose it.
this.
Yeah, the little hamster running that wheel in his brain was like
Nope.
That
going
hamster
extra fast.
gets replaced weekly.
This week it was a Skittermander in the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
God. I think it's because we started talking about Starfinder before.
That's true.
Maybe not, but
I mean, we could just drop that now too. Just be like, hey, guess what? We're playing Starfinder soon.
yep, that's
Might
it.
as well- as an
On the
offshoot.
on the 27th of next month, I will be gone. So Cody's gonna be taking over for the stream and running the rest of the chuckleheads here through something he's got brewing in Starfinder 2E. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Anything
that
you
is
wanna
correct.
tell us? Leak? Spill? About it? Any ideas you can share?
I would say just get prepared for shenanigans, many shenanigans, right off the bat.
Should they bring lube or no?
Always bring lube.
Okay.
I mean,
And a towel,
that's just a
right?
given.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Love to hear it.
Words to live by.
Words to live by. Always bring lube.
Lube and a
ABL,
towel.
Always bring lube.
This is the quote that we're ending on with 2024. Is always bring lube.
Yes.
Yes.
That's my resolution.
Slide into the new year.
Slide into the new year. No friction allowed.
Land on the towel. That's where all that juice belongs. Because we are
Oh,
juiced
God.
up.
Anybody seen Fight Club?
Juiced
Slide.
Great start
know
to
what
the
you're
end of the
talking
year
about.
stream here. So yeah, let's. You guys ready to live
Live
by the
by the
die,
die,
and die by the
and die by
die?
the
By the die.
I am. Yes. So let's do a recap. After dispatching the goblin ghouls and their leader, Glorcus, this all happened last session.
The
Or
Dorcas.
between a few of the last sessions, the party found Nualia's bones on a makeshift altar underneath her grave in a warren that has been dug out somewhat recently. Other than her bones, the party found 3 things of note. A secret tunnel that seemed to meander eastward for a long while, a goblin ghoul trapped behind a wooden barricade that was obviously thrown together with haste, and ancient Thessalonian ruins. The goblin they met whined about being left behind by Glorcus and asked the party to keep quiet as they were talking to him and not touch the barricade, or it may alert and anger some fiery monster behind it, the cause of the barricade between the party and that goblin ghoul. Giddy asked that ghoul about Chief Ripnugget and his location, and the pit was mentioned atop the Devil's Platter. Chief Ripnugget also being more dead than him, and also more terrifying than them, the goblin ghouls. The party decided to leave the creature alone and moved on to the northern part of the ghouls' warren, into a tunnel that swooped along the northwest, then abruptly south to a room of worked stone with large runes of 7-pointed stars engraved onto the walls. Under some rubble in that room, in front of an old wooden door, were corpses of several other goblin ghouls who looked like had set off some kind of ancient trap that now lay broken on top of the goblins, on top of the rubble, on top of that. The
On
party
top of Old
figured
Smoky.
on top of Old Smoky.
All covered in
All
lube.
covered in lube. Bring a towel to wipe up your tube. Upon showing the bones and speaking of Father Xantis, wait, what? I skipped a sentence.
Speaking of Father Xantis.
Speaking of Father Sanchez, he's always prepared.
Bring a ShamWow.
Secret tunnel.
At that
Oh,
age,
God.
you experience.
The party figured they should return the bones and report to Father Xantis before exploring those ruins further. Upon showing the bones and speaking to Father Xantis about their findings beneath the boneyard, he asks that they investigate further to ensure nothing dangerous can make its way out, and tells them that Aldrani will be arriving in 2 days to perform the ritual, to summon the spirit of Nualia to speak to her and ask and give forgiveness. Realizing they got some time and need to rest, they head to the Rusty Dragon. And I think that's where we're going to open the scene. It is about midday, closing midday, approaching dusk, 5-6 o'clock. And you guys are just walking into the Rusty Dragon. You are at the threshold. There's a small porch, maybe some people outside enjoying some drinks and food. It smells delicious. Is there anything you guys do or say as you begin entering or walking up to the Rusty Dragon Inn?
I think walking in, Brip would like fling the door open and be waving his hand, immediately towards the bar. Were you specifically thinking before we enter, or while we enter is okay?
Either or.
Okay. And I imagine him just, hey, Bethana, we're here.
All right. It being midday, there's the Rusty Dragon is quite full. There's at least 50 some odd seats with a mix of round tables and the bar. The Rusty Dragon Inn is being currently ran by Bethana and her sisters. Bethana is a not young. What am I talking about?
I was gonna say.
I was thinking of a Mako.
You sure about that?
Bethana Corwin and her sister. This is what Bethana looks like.
I was thinking about a Mako too.
I'm also
Every
thinking
day.
about a mango now too.
I was gonna say, for the podcast listeners, some of us are also lost as to who these characters are.
Bethana's running around. You can see her short, very short figure kind of bouncing around to different tables, throwing drinks every which way. She's very nimble and quick for her advanced age as a halfling. She's got long, grayed hair, grayed eyebrows. She looks like the nicest version of any of the grandmas you'd find in a Ghibli movie. But her
That's what I was just thinking off the.
her hair's up in a bun. Cute little pearl
Got
earrings.
those pearl earrings.
Yeah, cute as a button. The button nose, wrinkly old smile. But she barely hears you over the raucous noise of folks in the inn. There's a bard setting up on the small stage nearby also. But she says, "Sit anywhere you'd like, dear," across the noise of the inn.
See now, Calliope, you're gonna love this place. It's got all the greasy food you can imagine, and it's got some of the best drink that you'll find this side of the coast, and I think you'll enjoy it here. I'm assuming this is your first time.
Be prepared for the best bellyache you've ever had.
You might need to use the facility quickly after, since this is your first time, but eventually you'll get used to it.
Well, the tolerance, maybe. Yeah, she kind of just is like taking it in, looking around. Real quick to clarify, this is still the same day that we showed up in Sandpoint, correct?
Yes.
Got
You
it.
guys have not rested up until, even now.
We're probably. Oh, I was gonna say we're probably all dirty, but I don't think we're dirty. I think
Wait.
we're,
No, not with Silflay's OCD.
yeah.
That prestidigitation
we-
is in full effect every moment.
Did we not rest since we got here? I thought for some
No.
reason that we had taken a rest at the temple, but maybe I'm just remembering wrong.
No,
We were
kind
kinda
of
like-
rested.
We're gonna. I think we like got set up, but then we're like,
Oh,
all right,
maybe that's what it was.
we're gonna go check out town.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were like ADHD later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you guys walk through the town. You got a kebab from Chad.
Get a kebab.
You walked by the Sandpoint Theater, met Surdak, and then you walked by Savaz's Armory, dropped off your armor and runes, and walked right up to the cathedral after that. Told you what was happening. You guys walked into the boneyard after, and it's been a whole ass day.
We
Yeah,
handled
yes, man.
business.
Well, we're not even at night yet, to where
Yeah.
Giddy and I can go down, burn down Sodak's office.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Souffle is so pissed. So pissed.
I
Theodore
really-
fangirl and Calliope, you want to be in a
Wait.
play? I've never met you before, but you're perfect.
Yeah.
What if?
Like an
Hear me
extremely
out.
not approachable person is immediately asked to do something.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
One of the weeks that we have people out, if you want a side quest shenanigan type deal, Robert,
Oh no.
burning down his office is the
It's-
side quest.
It's just you two. It's like a two-person play, and you're just yes-anding each other for 2 hours while you do this crazy mission.
Yeah, just Jacob and Cody.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna come back to game, and Sandpoint's gonna be burned down, and our characters gonna be like, "What the hell
Yeah.
happened, guys?"
The whole
you guys,
town.
You were
We
the
have no
Seven
memory of
Dooms.
this.
Exactly.
We're 7 doomed for somebody.
Yeah, it took us making a few characters to get to 7. So
Yeah, but walking in at this point, Souffle kind of looks over at Burp and says, you know, I haven't been in during this time of the day. There's a lot of people here. You enjoy coming in at this time?
He looks at his wrist. He's like, I don't know what time it is. I've never really thought about what time it was when I've come here.
So Souffle just kind of pulls her collar up tighter. Well, here.
Prick doesn't believe in time.
Why are so many people drinking during the day? And I'm just gonna follow you guys to the table.
Oh, you telling me you haven't drank during the day? How do you make it through?
Some of these people just drink during the day for a living.
It's like 5, right?
Yeah, it's like 5. Happy hour.
How do you do that? How do you get that job?
They're influencers.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
Got
I was
Kai
just about to
Cenat
say,
running
like, how
around
do
right
people
now.
tell time? Are there like sand dollars? Are there like
Sand
I
dollar.
what is it?
They
What
like
do you call it?
reverse scry to a big screen.
A sundial?
Sundial.
The wrong SD word.
The
Are there sundials just all over? Like, how do that's
Instead
something
of
I've never
having-
thought of.
Instead of having watches, everyone just wears a sundial like in Hercules.
No, yeah. I guess there are clockworks and clocks. So
That's true. There are.
I was gonna say, is there an equivalent feat to like eidetic memory in Pathfinder where you just always know the time and be like, hey
think-
GM, what's the exact time and sun
I think there
position?
is.
yeah,
Despite being underground for the last 3 days, my character would know.
Survival.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I think there's either a spell or a feat or something that actually is that exact thing. That and
Like
knowing
no
which
time.
direction
I
you're
would've
going at
got
all
it.
times.
yeah.
I feel like
where-
I've seen it, and I was like, who would ever take this?
What table do you guys grab? Who's leading this entourage through the Rusty Dragon Inn?
Cool.
I think Brip would lead. Look at this map. I think Brip would get a table in the back, close to the fire pit.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, there's a spot right smack dab in front of a fire pit for you. People are kind of staring. You get a few nods. Maybe they recognize Brip, and maybe some of them recognize Giddy and Souffle also. You guys pop a squat, and shortly after, Bethana walks up. As nice and sweet as ever, she says, "Oh, hello, dears. Souffle, Brip, and Giddy, yes? It's strange to see
yeah,
the three of you
that's me.
sitting together, but I'm happy to have you all. And what is your name, dear?" She gestures to Calliope.
I remember Calliope is a hooded figure with white face paint and black added into that white face paint to give the suggestion of a skull face. So Bethana is just like looking right through that. I don't see color. She's just looking right.
Yeah.
No issues clearly. So
I really like your makeup,
Calliope
dear.
is kind of a little taken aback by that because it's used as a kind of a barrier for this kind of interaction. So she's a little taken aback, but she's like, excuse me, my name is Calliope. Is this your place?
Well, yes, it is. It's mine now. Inherited it from a friend, a dear friend of mine, who owned it previously. But it's always wonderful seeing a new face. And 3 other faces you wouldn't expect to see sitting next to each other either. She kind of smirks and laughs, and she's wearing like a little half apron also, halfling size, so you can maybe see from her nose up around the table, or maybe it's you guys are seated around a fire pit, so maybe there is no table. It's just, or the fire pit has like a place to put your plates and drinks around it. Maybe a U-shaped kind of seating arrangement with the fire pit in the center. And she says, well, is there anything I can get you guys started with? We have always on the menu our famous curried salmon, some raspberry mead, our delicious and tender barbecued abalone, miscellaneous ales. If you've got an inkling for something regional, you can always ask for it. I'm sure we'll have it. Oh, and our cheese blossoms. They're
I will gladly take a cheese blossom and an abalone and a raspberry, whatever mead. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I will gladly take all that.
Excellent.
I'll have the same thing,
All right.
whatever that is.
Oh, just you wait. It's going to be glorious. The
Why?
abalone is going to look a little weird. Don't worry about it.
I figured you had good taste.
They raised me well in some aspects.
I'll just take my usual, please. But, since it's our friend's first time, perhaps we can bring her the special.
Ah, yes, of course.
You're going to love the special. It's going to be so special, you're not even going to recognize yourself after. I'll leave that interpretation up to the audience.
Is it a drink or is that food?
It's
Both.
Both?
It's both.
Both? Yeah.
Yes, you
It's like a giant shake.
It's a meal and a drink.
Would love a water as well, please.
Of
There's
course.
probably a jug on the table, but
Oh yes, and she lifts up a jug that's twice the size of her own head. and puts
She
it on
just
the
had that.
yeah. She just pulls it out from behind herself.
I keep everything under my blouse.
Yeah. My half apron is the
Stupid.
magic
She's
half
like super
apron it's
strong.
holding.
A new car!
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll take your word on the food. I'll try anything once, though. We'll
nods.
see. You haven't really sold me on it. I was told outside. I won't bring this up in front of you, Pathana. I'm sure it'll be delicious.
All right. Well, I've got everything in locked in this mental trap of my head, and she walks away. I don't want to. Yeah. Anyways.
Yes, the existential dread gets to us all eventually, hon.
Yeah.
We all just meet prisons in the end.
This is one of the best places in town to come.
She
It's a
leaves
double entendre.
to you guys to leave you guys to your own devices. She says it's going to be probably about 10 minutes for the cheese blossoms, and then 15 for the meals.
That's some service. That's like pulling up in the drive-through.
Yeah, with this many people in it.
Dude, they got it locked down.
Yeah.
They got locked in. They
That's
got
impressive.
staff. They got so much staff you don't even see them.
Michelin
Right.
star. 3 Michelin
Ca-
stars, this place.
Cantrips goes a long way.
Prestidigitation does some wonders.
So,
right, yeah. Before we sat down, like, I'm sure the table was clean, but like, Souffle didn't clean your seats, but she cleaned her seat. Before we sat down.
Imagine being a chef and like you're like cutting a bunch of meat, and then when you're done, you're like you press to digitize your knife and then go cut something else, and you're like saving so much time not having to
That
wash
would
my
be
knife.
glorious.
Yeah, a dishwasher's dream.
Or nightmare, no dishwasher.
Yeah, that's also fair.
Yeah, that
Cross
too.
contamination be damned. I have magic.
what do you guys
all
talk
right.
about? What are you guys doing? How you guys feeling?
I feel like people would notice Brip looks a little on edge. I'm worried. I'm worried the sheriff's gonna come in here though.
Well, and when you see the sheriff, you're
You
gonna
gotta-
do what?
Leave the talking to you.
There you
That's right.
go. There it is.
I was gonna say we all know what the sheriff looks like, so make sure that Brip doesn't see them.
Do we even need to talk to them? I mean, there's so many people in here right now. Perhaps if the sheriff comes in, it's a polite cheers? Just
Wouldn't want to bother him on his day off.
I was going to say, maybe he's not even working. Maybe he's just coming in for a drink.
Would be rude to go talk to him.
Exactly. So if he comes in, let him come here, and then you just shut up.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, it is. I'm a little disturbed from what we found down there, and seeing some other goblins in less than stellar conditions. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel any kind of way about that, but it was a little unsettling for me to be completely honest.
we definitely need to go back. There's so much more than what Xantus asked of us, but Calliope, I know you're not from here, but spending time in the city, we have to do something. This is far worse than what we thought. And those runes, I don't even know what that means.
No, I completely agree. I've only heard terrible stories of what those signs and runes, these ancient sigils could foretell, but I agree this is something that needs immediate action and attention. And while I will write to my order and inform them of all of this, as well as the other things, Dylan, I need to remember that, so I'm saying it out loud. I know we'll inform them of all of this to keep them abreast of the news, but simultaneously we can't sit here and wait. I know my trip took several days to make it there. Can't wait for the word to get there, them to come to a decision and send some form of action back. We must act since we know what is going on. And I believe that Pharasma has placed me here to act. So I have no qualms about returning to the underground and exploring further and seeing what happens.
You guys see that cat that
Goddamn cat.
ran across their table?
For the
Am I still
podcast
on the thing?
listeners.
Okay. It all my screens just went black, so all right, there we go.
Maybe after a night's rest and a good meal.
Calliope does not like cats. She's allergic.
It's the rusty dragon cat. There's several in there. It's like a cat
Imagine
Oh,
cafe
I'm
it's,
in the
sure,
morning.
yeah.
it's like a Maine
Yeah.
Coon, and that's the dragon they're referring to. It's like a rusty looking Maine Coon cat.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Calliope is canonically allergic to Ignara now?
Interesting. Does Ignara have like normal fur, or is it like a fiery fur?
It is fire, so
Yeah.
maybe not. But
Yeah.
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure
the cat
fire is
dander.
hypoallergenic.
Yes. The dander is immediately ignited.
I haven't met anybody that's allergic to fire, so you're probably right.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't
what
know. My skin
extent?
kind of burns when it gets
I was
near
going to
fire.
say, yeah.
We're all susceptible to
We're all
fire.
deathly
We're not
allergic
allergic
to
to fire.
I
Yeah.
get this really bad rash.
A Benadryl will not solve a burn. I hate
No.
to tell you. If you're on fire, please do not take Benadryl.
10 minutes goes by, and Bethana comes back with the 2 orders of cheese blossoms, which are spicy cheese curds, stuffed artichoke hearts, and your 2 raspberry meads, and for souffle, a tankard of bottled sunlight.
We cannot eat artichoke hearts in front of Aleshi.
Giddy
That's just
already
not
smashing
okay.
into one.
I think it might be okay. It's all compost. Plants eat each other all the time.
There's the fruit leshies. They produce fruit and eat it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
They eat themselves. They cannibalize themselves
Okay,
and then
so
feed it to their friends.
It wouldn't be
Exactly. They're
weird to be
here's a
like
part of me. Eat
eating a. I just thought about those like artichoke heart and like leshy is like.
You feed a leshy an artichoke heart, eat your heart out.
Here's your water, dear.
it.
Oh, and
Thank you.
paired with she looks over to Calliope. Paired with the special is a Varisian blossom mead. That takes a little bit of time to prepare also, so that will be coming with the meal. Is there anything else I can get for
Thank you.
you in the meantime? She kind of gestures to the rest of the table.
I think I'm all set if everyone else is.
I think I'm doing okay.
All that's going through my mind now is like that children's book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, except it's If You Give a Leshy an Artichoke Heart.
Yeah.
An old Galarian tale.
Yeah,
Hey man, I mean pigs eat bacon.
chickens
You're
eat
not
chicken.
wrong.
Yeah, so Silflay looks around once what's the proprietor leaves and so that one goblin, the one caught behind the wall. If it was gravely injured, will it die again from its injuries? I know that we put some of them down, but I've never quite understood the relationship of undead being dead, but then you kill them again and they're dead. I guess the one behind the wall has information that we were deciding whether or not we would have time to extract before Calliope struck it down. And I look at Calliope for a second and hold on that thought.
I could be patient.
But Phrasma may already do her will, and it may be dead before we get there. Or do they die naturally? Do they have to be...
Can I do some
Wow.
kind of religion check that you can then just pretend Calliope answers this question clearly in a way that
That's
everybody...
great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, secret roll, please.
Yes. Blind GM roll on religion +8 for Calliope.
All right. Ooh, I like the color of your die there.
Thank you. I got some misfit skulls on there.
Dope. Fitting. All right. So, you know that specifically ghouls, their soul has not left the material plane and is still very much attached to their undead body, which goes against almost everything that Pharasma would. Well, that's kind of a gray area because the creature is still alive in a way, but yeah, its soul is still attached. There is some void energy that keeps the soul attached to the body and moving, and it can definitely take. If the body expires completely, then the soul is dispatched completely as well.
But they could theoretically be locked in a box for a year and you open up the thing and they're like, "Rah, I'm still in here."
Yes, you think so?
Okay.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's goblin.
Ghouls specifically do need to eat, but it doesn't keep them sustained. It's just the
Got it.
void energy that does. They'll just become more ravenous and mindless the less and less they eat. They become more powerful and intelligent and begin to resemble more of what they were like in their life. The more that they consume of rotted flesh.
So if we go back,
I think
we would.
That sounds right. Yes.
The
I'm
idea
right.
would
That
be
makes
that
sense.
they're like probably less likely to cooperate.
Mhm.
is
It
what
seems
I'm
the
thinking.
the
more
longer
hungry they
we
are.
the longer
Yeah.
we wait to physically confront them, the harder it will be to get any meaningful information from them. To answer your question, they will continue to devolve, but expiring towards death is not something they'll likely do without physical intervention, so to speak.
You would also know that as they continue to consume and revert back to their or gain their memories and become more intelligent, they become ghasts. Eventually lead and can lead eventual entire warrens of ghouls. Skinsaw Man.
I pass this information around.
Well, I mean, I hate to suggest this, but there is a graveyard. We could just ask for maybe a toe or something and feed it to the goblin. Keep it satiated.
Ask for a toe?
Something to where, a recently deceased cadaver person might,
Probably
no one will notice
toe.
if a toe goes missing.
You want a toe? I'll get you a toe. That is a Big Lebowski reference.
Oh, I was gonna say-
I was like, this is not what I expected
No.
Calliope to say.
I don't. Aren't there? There are corpses underground where we left. We can give him one of these other goblin corpses if that's something that.
Why
Defiling
would
a
we
corpse
do
is not-
that?
I don't.
I mean, that's a fair assessment.
I would argue that we've asked as many questions as we could of this creature down below, and
That's also true. I
don't
tried
know
a
what
lot.
else we can get out of him. Feeding him more,
Left it.
get him closer to himself beforehand. How much
He could
more?
be sneaking up on us right now.
It could take days and dozens of corpses, and he could gain 1% more intelligence than he has now. So
That's fair.
I'm still of the mind that we kill him and move on, either through the secret door or around the other corner where those 7-pointed stars were. We could try to excavate some of that cave in. We're not 100% sure that leads to the same room.
We definitely got to figure out what's going on down there.
I think, based off the direction, I wouldn't be surprised if that secret tunnel we discovered leads to the plateau. Jacob forgot what it's called, the devil or something.
Devil's Platter.
Platter.
Devil's leads to the Devil's Platter. But that other door, right, we suspect that there is some sort of fiery demon, maybe an elemental behind it. But you were talking about the ghouls, that brings up another question. Is the goblin chief aghast then? If it is deader and scarier than the rest, is that what we have to face should we travel to the platter?
Nugget.
I was thinking, could I do like a knowledge check to see if I know the name Rip Nugget?
Well, I think we already heard it a bunch from the goblins.
Yeah, but it has some
I think
relativity to Sandpoint.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can-
okay.
you
I
can
misunderstood the
I think-
question.
You can roll
Yeah.
secret society check. There is some base knowledge
Yeah.
that I can tell all
Can
of
I
you.
roll you a secret Sandpoint?
Yeah, that's even better.
It's the
Yes,
same
Yeah.
same modifier, but yeah. Well,
We're gonna say a secret Santa.
Sandpoint lore.
Yeah, if any of you have that, you can roll it.
Secret Santa lore. I do think that,
Sailing lore got you so far, man.
dude, yeah, I know. Academia lore is shit compared. I do think Father Xantus gave us a little bit, but be good to have a little refresher here.
Sure.
Or maybe something he knows that they didn't.
Exactly.
So I got Brips. Brips roll. Anybody else want to roll for that?
I'm trying to open my character sheet.
We
but
could also, there is it might be worth going to talk to Brodert Quink up.
Twink.
Yeah, he's an old bottom, but
You heard it here first.
he could be very helpful in
Oh man.
giving more information about the past or what happened here before. I'm not sure how much that will tie into what's going on now, but that's another option that we have.
I don't know if Brad
Oh,
would be
hello.
a
We
bottom.
have a raid. Holy wow.
No, it is the end of the year, so I was like, let me throw some subs into the.
Oh.
Oh wait, that's not raid. That's just a bunch of gifts.
I make all of you my subs. I don't like it now that I said it.
We are now all of
You
you.
can't take it
yeah,
back.
Redacted.
You're all
It's
now.
too much responsibility.
Hodor.
You're all Jacob's twinks.
Oh gosh.
You heard it
Oh
here
man,
first.
you're making it worse. I'm having some UI issues in in Foundry.
You want to hit F5 once, maybe? Maybe they'll fix it.
F5.
Yeah.
You want me to refresh? Lose connection? Sure.
Alt F4, bro.
Wait, that's how you dupe items in Diablo 2. What do you mean?
Secret cow level.
No. I mean, I used to dupe items in Diablo 2. You know, with the copy save files, move the gems around, get perfect skulls. So you always have to.
Axe.
I'm a nerd, guys.
My
Yeah,
brother
never
would just
played.
wait till I go to the bathroom and steal all my stuff on my computer.
That's
He'd
fun.
be like, he would just went to my stash and dropped it all on the ground, and then went back to his room and just picked it all up.
So I like the conversation you guys are having around trying to figure out how to deal with the situation in the boneyard. So it sounds like you guys may have given up on questioning the goblin ghoul further, or just releasing it to kill it, or maybe spending.
I think we should go in there,
sometime-
question it.
Sometime talking to Broderick Quink.
There's just a lot of different things we can do.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, that's all right. Oh, I'm still waiting for Jacob's roll too.
Did we get anything out of our rolls?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I don't have Sandpoint law. I have Fire law, Plane of Fire law, because that's super helpful.
You might be able to learn something.
You never know, man. Sailing lore, like we just said.
I was gonna say you might be able to learn something more from the goblin ghoul if he could give you a better description of it.
I have religion, I guess I can attempt.
I use society for getting.
I do have society if that's applicable.
I thought it was.
Society is probably more applicable. These roles are in to question and learn more about who Rip Nugget was in the history of Sandpoint.
I see. I have very bad society. I don't think Soulflake doesn't know. Soulflake doesn't know this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with your roles between Brip and Giddy, you guys are able to kind of maybe work off of each other's memory and things you've heard around town. And that 17 years ago, Chief Rip Nugget was the leader of the Thistletop tribe. Thistletop was an island just off of the coast to the northeast, beyond the Thistletop forest, named Thistletop because of the brush that's so thick and thistly that it would cause injuries and even like poison some folks, make them numb, kind of like was it poison ivy? I guess that's the equivalent, except spiky. Anyways, at the time of the raid 17 years ago, Chief Rip Nugget had gathered the 7 goblin tribes around Sandpoint to perform the raid that happened 17 years ago under the instruction of Nualia. Nualia had hired several other mercenaries and convinced Rip Nugget to help her in burning down Sandpoint. But the heroes and adventurers that discovered the plot put Chief Rip Nugget to his death. and that was really just the last they heard of it, or anybody had seen of him either. So, but to be killed outright by adventurers would make it strange for him to come back as a ghoul. So you think something else
they know-
may be at play?
Does he know anything about his pet?
Oh, Stickfoot, the large gecko. Yeah, you would have heard stories about that too, but
What?
Cool.
the
A
geckos,
large gecko or like a giant gecko, like a war gecko? I'm gonna ride this bitch into battle.
Dire gecko.
yeah, like not large but medium sized, so a giant gecko,
Large
That's
enough for
awesome.
a goblin to ride.
large enough for a small creature to ride. Yes.
Yep.
Most of the party.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Well, to be fair, I've had a character already ride that thing, so.
Oh man, you're like.
Oh damn. Okay.
Imagine you're riding like a lizard around, and then your sword is magical. You're like becoming Obi-Wan.
There was no mention of Stickfoot from the goblin behind the barricade, and you remember that Stickfoot was also murdered in that battle.
Different
Yes.
universe.
I remember that time, 17 years ago. That's when our people met, and by our people I mean the Tripkey clans from the swamps. That's when we met the people of Sandpoint. They were ravaged from the attack, and we helped them with medical supplies and treated some of the wounded, and some of the women and children came to us for protection, and it was a terrible time. I was very young.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've heard all about this Rip Gut and everything else. Rip Nugget, whatever the hell his name is. I get reminded of him every 11 minutes because of, my situation.
How do you mean?
He's a
Oh, Rip,
goblin.
you delightful, ignorant bastard. I love you. But
Rip, you ignorant slut. Is the first thing that's what I thought of.
Bethana shows up, and she drops off your meals. For Silflay for Silflay, she just gives you another round of bottled sunlight. They don't really have much for Leshies.
Yeah.
Another tank.
The second round I just tuck away because I'm like, I know how much those cost.
I'm googling it right now.
And for Giddy and Brip, you guys get your order of curried salmon.
7 gold.
Am I gonna be able to pay for this?
And barbecued. Yeah, this can cost money, man. And barbecued abalone. For Calliope, you get the special. So she serves you up a hefty tankard of Verisian Blossom. What do I call it? Verisian Blossom mead. As soon as she puts it down in front of you, you get it's warm and it smells like honey and lavender, and it bubbles up slowly as she kind of places it down in front of you. Smells very floral. Smells nice. And then she hands you a large sizzling platter of what looks like some kind of seared whitefish with a crust of like crushed berries and sea salt on it. And right next to that is small medallions of some kind of honey glazed meat. And it perfectly charred. Looks like it's got some slices of garlic, perfectly roasted, and a drizzle of some kind of honey sauce on top, with a side of tomatoes and tossed in thyme and rosemary, and a little bean salad with raspberry vinaigrette. Some nuts. Looks
Damn.
good.
This is quite special.
I told you.
They did ask for the special for you. It's not ordered often.
They'll be-
It's quite expensive, but
I was going to say they ordered it,
do
they
our
get to buy it.
best. We do our
Yes.
best. here.
Define they.
The entire town, because we'll be saving it in a week. No, sorry.
Spoilers.
Super meta. Sorry, I can't.
Spoilers,
it's-
Climbby.
I gotta do
Spoilers.
once a week meta session.
Yeah, it's on Xanthus's tab.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I am staying at the cathedral, so
Yes, Berthana, honey, everything is on Father Xanthus's tab. We are on business with the temple.
Oh, usually he sends a note when any of his guests or
we have it. And Calliope pulls out a piece of paper and puts it away right away. It's that note from Adrani.
Oh, usually I collect them.
Oh, this one I'm supposed to keep.
Oh, that's strange.
He gave
You
me
had to be there.
different directions.
It doesn't sound right at all.
I'm gonna roll a deception check.
Oh my god.
No, I
And
Why are you
don't.
lying
Giddy
to this
would
sweet
like
old lady?
to aid.
I don't really want to lie to her.
You're in deep
I
already,
feel like
man.
I'm kind of lying already.
I thought we were
Um,
just. I thought this was.
Okay,
a
we can
table.
just fuck around then. Okay, yeah, okay. That's probably more accurate. I don't think Calliope would lie to her. I just
Okay,
can't
Giddy
help
was ready.
myself sometimes. Well, maybe we can keep the receipts and expense report it to the father.
That's a good plan. I think he'll understand.
All right. Well,
I don't even have pockets.
let me know if you need anything else. Enjoy. And then she
Rip,
kinda
that
nods and
raises
walks
more
away.
Pants.
questions than it answers.
Pants with pockets for this one, please.
Oh, you could
Or
try.
maybe just some
um,
fabric and we can sew it on the outside.
I guess I do have explorer's clothing on.
Gotta have one pocket.
Gotta kill the party, I
Yeah,
guess.
at least one
I was like, how does Brip carry anything other than the obvious?
Is Brit just shortcocking it like Donald Duck?
Yeah, Winnie the
Shortcocking
Pooh
it.
style.
Yeah, it's
There's,
like when I point up, you're like, ah.
It stretches upwards.
Yeah.
Get full on frog dick. Oh, yeah.
Do frogs have dicks?
I don't know.
Cloacas.
I was
Just
gonna
a
say
little bump.
cloaca feels appropriate. Tim, you're the lore man. Tell us.
frogs
Tim the
have
Lore Man
dicks?
Taylor.
Maybe it's a croaca. A crow.
Well, with most
my God.
with like most mammalia of that sort, it's kind of like tucked away, like hidden, right? So you don't see it. I talked about
Same.
angina too. Like we don't need to go there and with my random facts, guys.
No, we asked this time though.
We started this whole show like on Diphalia at one point too. So
That's also true.
Yes, yes, because sometimes you
dicks.
find it in sharks.
mhm.
Sharky Two Dick. Or Alan Two
I went to high school with them.
Oh, yeah?
I hope you
No,
didn't.
anyway, it can continue.
If you
My-
did, that was a call for help.
Well,
CPS.
she leads you guys to your meal.
Okay.
Tim's killing me.
Oh.
Yeah, this is definitely a dungeoneering trap for sure. They have cloacas.
Thank you for
Stand
confirming
corrected.
that, Ethan. I appreciate
Yes.
it. I knew you would know.
Yes.
Full frontal croaca.
Am I thinking lizards?
There's the episode title.
Full frontal cleric. Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah.
after this, Brip is gonna have an OnlyFans.
Mhm.
There's a
All the
tribe.
cloaca content you crave.
There's a group of people that would walk around Burning Man, known as the Shirtcockers. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh
I would immediately run and turn the other way and run to the nearest bar for a drink.
And
As
that's
you should.
And they'd run around yelling "Shirtcockers!" and they'd get
You're
people
like,
to join them.
jump high five.
Suddenly there'd be a parade of Shirtcockers, and you'd fucking have nowhere to go, and then you just gotta find an alley to run down. Or if you're into it, just join them.
This is a bad time to fall over.
Oh man.
Burning Man is fun. Anyways, you guys are left with your meals in your little fire pit. Fire pit seating. It's beautiful, wonderful. The bards starting to tune their loot and starting to strum away on it. As you guys begin eating your meal. What do you guys do?
This real quick before we get too far from this, I googled shirt cocker.
Oh no.
The top thing here is why is shirt cocking quote wrong on Reddit Burning Man, and then all of the images are shirts with cocker spaniels on them. So
Oh, that's another fun group.
what a weird 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, that's like people who are asking like, what do you mean by BDSM?
There's also a difference between CBT therapy and CBT. As I came to find out within this past year.
I imagine we just pass the time and eat because there's so much other stuff to do. Silverflade's kind of like mostly lost in our thoughts without without chatting too much with everybody else.
I feel like Brip is being like kind of annoying in the way that he eats because this is probably the best food he's ever had. And he's normally like, eating grubs and whatever, so it's like, to him, this is the finest dining it's ever been.
Yeah, I feel like Giddy's just telling random little stories from growing up in Sandpoint to Calliope primarily.
Yeah, and she's just like,
Yeah, I imagine
Exactly.
Rip would back a bunch of them up, oh, I remember that and stuff like that, yeah.
Going back and
Okay,
forth
so-
with Rip.
so don't chop there. Okay, got it. Just like taking it all under advisement.
I
Just
think
quietly eating.
in and amongst these stories, Silflay makes a couple of remarks because you guys are talking about stories like years back. And I think you're getting the sense that Silflay, despite her being in Sandpoint, she hasn't been in Sandpoint long. So she can't relate to most of these things. Yeah. She may be a local, but she's not truly a local.
Got it.
So then I imagine maybe after a while, Brip and Giddy would notice that the 4-person conversation is getting a little two-sided. And then he would kind of retreat to his plate a little more.
Calliope's probably finished off a good amount of her food, and has not touched the mead. I don't know if anybody would notice or care to notice, but she's not going to drink. And then basically just be like, well, I would like to come up with a plan for tomorrow or the rest of the evening if you don't mind. It's been great hearing about the town and all, but it's hard for me to let my mind wander too far from the task at hand. Should we go talk to Broadert? Or should we just rest, rise early, and go back underground? Or is there an option I'm not thinking of?
I think we have time to do all the above.
But the man is next to the barracks, and we don't want to risk Brip running into the sheriff.
Ooh. Yeah.
Good point. I forgot about the geography of this town.
It's
Well,
okay,
why don't you
you're
guys
quite
go
new.
invite him for a drink? Somebody can go get Brodert and have him come join us here.
Suppose that's possible. Speaking of drinks, Calliope, you haven't really touched yours at all. What's going on?
It smells good. How have you not drank it yet?
I do not drink. So if somebody would like this, they can
Oh.
have this. That's not to say I haven't. I don't.
Well, more power to you. Brip, you want to share?
Yeah.
Silflay, if you want any, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'll just try a sip. I usually try things for taste, but I'm satiated on very little.
And I just kind of shake my bottled Sunlight that I didn't know I was paying for.
Got 2. It's 14 gold.
Yeah, I don't have that.
It's watered down.
I don't have that. That's on
okay.
Xanthus's tab, man. Like
It's
Silflay
watered down.
is
It's
full.
yeah, it's not as expensive as the actual.
Yeah.
solution.
It's water that's been put outside.
Yeah, exactly. Got a
It's like the
glow stick in it.
LaCroix of
Yeah.
bottled sunlight.
Yeah.
It's got like
How do
sunflowers
you
in it
like
also.
ingest that? Do you just like open it up and then like put a leaf on the top and like let the sunlight absorb? I don't know.
Silflay has her mask on, right? And when she like sips stuff, she kind of like pulls it up and
Mhm.
takes it to not to reveal her face, but you feel the frown.
I don't think Calliope would really ask that. That was more-
You see
Maybe she
Silflay's
would.
shoulders kind of like sink down.
Like,
Disappointment.
I
Such
don't understand
disappointment.
plant anatomy. I dropped out of school before we got to plant
That's a
science.
sad salad.
I have a mouth. Never mind.
What that mouth do? Anyways,
Not much.
I'd like a fortitude save from both Giddy and Brip.
Oh,
All right. Let's see here.
oh, I guess it's the alcohol. I was like, it's a poison drink. Kill Bethana.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right. You guys are fine. Both of you have a little bit of a buzz going on. You feel great.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
I think we might need a couple more of those later.
We got stuff to do later.
As long as you can get up tomorrow, I think we're fine. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's probably been
I
like,
fully agree.
maybe an hour you guys have been chilling here.
And then we have, did we also have our own drinks?
Oh yeah, we do.
He would drink his own drink as well.
Giddy just low key double fisting drinks out here.
Imagine Brip is like getting kind of wide eyed after a couple of drinks. Do you guys think Galarian is flat?
I've never thought about it, in all honesty.
God damn it.
You know, Brip, you might be onto something.
Yeah, there's no pictures of it from the heavens.
Is
I mean-
somebody over there saying they think Galarian's flat?
No.
Because it is! You hear some drunkard from around the corner.
See? I'm not the only one.
Silflay visibly shrinks down in her chair. And just kind of cups her face in her hands.
Yeah, it's flat!
You know, the possibility exists. I'm
No,
not going
I-
to say if it does or if it
I've
doesn't.
seen it myself! You hear somebody
And-
kind of stumble out of their chair and start walking towards you guys.
This is why I don't come here
We're gonna lure the
during the
sheriff.
day.
We're gonna lure the sheriff if we get drunk and loud.
Hey! Who's saying they think Galarian's flat? This scrawny, tall, graying-haired fella, bulbous nose, pockmarked and pimpled, looks down at from behind you guys. He's like behind your U-shaped seating, just breathing on you guys. Wearing like
Calliope
looks like
does the
farmer's
equivalent
garb.
of Calliope does the equivalent of pulling out her phone and like find something in her pocket to look at. She just has like the town map or something. And she's just like, so we should go. Just like not engaging.
Was that you?
I think Brip would like awkwardly look at Giddy like, "Don't look, I can't look," and he would just like look at Giddy, not making eye contact with Giddy, but like nervous, like, "Oh yeah, what do? I look at Giddy. Yep." That's what we had talked about, but for something else, you know. And so he's
You're
like,
right. Well,
a little drunk and scared.
that wasn't us, actually. That was someone close by. If you look over there, you can see those folks sitting right over there on those stools. I think it was one of them.
Roll a deception check.
I was hoping you would say that.
It's one of those assholes.
Because I have a +12, so as long as I don't get a nat one, we should be fine.
Oh, I'm gonna go talk to them. I thought I was the only one that thought this. Yeah,
Apparently not. There are more like you right over there.
You can't trust anybody that reads books. You gotta use your own senses. You can clearly see that it's flat. Galarian, it's flat. It's big business, big Magnum.
Excuse me.
Trying to...
Sir, before you leave, what's your name?
My name is Dogmar Extruder Boy.
Well met.
Extruder.
You may go now.
I said my
You know,
last
I
name wrong.
think-
It's Extruder Bye. Bye.
All right. Bye.
You know, you should
Voice
really...
got so high.
I think it was the large bear-looking creature. I think that's who said it.
You've seen the bear? No,
I see him right over there.
the bear that haunts the rivers of Sandpoint. You've seen him too.
What?
There's a bear. Sleeps around the Turok River.
I think I believe that
eyes
more than
wide.
the other thing.
Just a bear, I guess. Yeah.
Not just
You
a
know,
bear.
that might be him right over there. You should go investigate.
It's a bear that
He
shoots
also
lightning
believes
from
the
his
world's
nose.
flat. You know, I breathe lightning from my nose too when the circumstances are right.
Again, those people were speaking about flat Galarian. You should go do that.
Yeah, I started about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. We know where you were on January 6th.
It's when the government comes back into office, guys. Calm down.
He walks away and taps a large fella on his back and starts breathing into his face and is immediately pushed back. And they have a slight argument, and then one of the Corwin sisters comes in and breaks it up and escorts Dogmar out hastily. I was just talking about Flat Galarian. We can't have you bothering these people about your pretend world here. Dear, sorry. Come back tomorrow when you've sobered up a bit. All right. Stumbles out of the bar.
That was the most compliant drunk I think I've ever seen in that moment. I've seen a lot of shit, but never that one not compliant.
I was worried there was going to be a bar fight and we were going to see the sheriff.
I was just
Guys.
going to tell him to leave.
Leave.
I cocked my head.
He's a little buzzed.
I obviously don't partake in alcohol, but maybe you both shouldn't either, considering what we're experiencing at this moment.
Do you think Pharasma ever just has?
Did you hear me?
I look at Calliope.
Do we have any other plans tonight? Because I think I may go back
Again.
to the cathedral.
I might as well join you. I don't think that we're the pair that should be knocking on Broderick Quink's door this evening. Might scare the man off.
Yeah, Giddy, we could go.
Yeah, we gotta go. Brip, do you have a penis?
But oh my goodness. Regardless of that, I don't know that we even need to speak to him, so maybe we should just go to sleep. You two can do what you do.
Sofla gets up from the table, leaves the appropriate amount of coinage of my tea, water just put out in the sun.
It's affordable.
We did get money.
We did
At
get
one
money.
point.
I do have enough money to pay for what I got, though, and just don't want to.
But yeah, so Sofla is good. She usually comes later when there's that. I don't know. The crowd's different during the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to
I
call it a
normally
day,
don't drink.
and I think we should reconvene in the morning. Ready
Okay.
to break. I don't know. Does anybody disagree?
Sofla agrees. She's out the door.
Oh yeah, she's well.
I
I
think
like
Rip
the
is
way you
hanging
think.
out.
Yeah, right now it's just.
I don't think he's
Calliope
gonna
and
drink
Giddy
more, but
at the table.
Oh, did Brip leave too?
No, it's you three minus.
I
minus
missed
Silflay.
that. Brip, if you're worried about seeing the sheriff, I recommend you go home or somewhere. Are you staying at the cathedral too?
I was gonna stay here.
Oh, okay. At the end, understood.
Yeah.
In that case,
Usually at the end of the night, there's one room left, and I just sneak in.
oh, interesting. The fauna is right behind you. Just kidding. Well, and you, Giddy, are you? I'm sure you have a place, for the
I
lack of a
mean-
better term.
To be fair, I could just go home. It's not that far away.
Okay, well, see you bright and early again at the boneyard.
So, the boneyard that's on Galarian, right? Not the other one.
The graveyard here at the Sandpoint Cathedral. Yes.
Ah, that one. I remember
No,
what I was
no,
going to
no.
ask you now. Do you think Pharasma poops?
I think that she is beyond such mortal functions. Good night. And she gets up and leaves.
Giddy
No.
still talking to himself as Calliope's leaving. I mean, she does sit on a throne, and you know what they say about thrones and the double entendre of that word. And Calliope's gone. All right.
And
Good
that's
night.
Rip and Giddy.
Do you think it was a little, like, full of themselves to name their graveyard the Boneyard? Like, it's obviously
Considering-
not the Boneyard.
Considering they don't even have like pharasmic worship
Yeah,
like on tap.
and they just have like.
Oh, damn.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say because someone's gonna hear me.
Is Pharasmic Worship on tap? Is that a drink?
Could be.
It's
But
just like
I'm
a
not
weak
there.
poison.
They save it for the special guests.
I think Brip would probably just find his way up to an empty room. I imagine he has like an old key that he got like just works. It's like so old that it like naturally is kind of shaved down and works for a bunch of the doors.
I just like to think that if all the rooms are taken at one point, Brip still sneaks in and just like slides into the bed next to somebody.
They wouldn't, and they never know.
Either in the bed
Yeah.
next to them or under the bed. One of the two.
I sort of imagined him like on the ceiling as a climber, but that got creepy.
Actually,
That's
that's amazing. First of all, that's canon now. But no, actually, I was gonna say. Speaking of this topic, I found out that the traditional inns, actually, what Brip sliding in next to somebody is not too far off, because apparently they didn't really have like single occupancy rooms.
Said common
You just
rooms.
kind of got stuffed into a room with a bunch of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And slept in the same bed. I did not know that until the other day.
Single occupancy is opulent.
Mhm.
That's true.
Mhm.
I should have figured that, but it just never occurred to me to
So
think that.
I'll tell you that the Rusty Dragon has a common room, which is just like bunk beds and just single
Yeah.
beds, twins. If you're lucky, you might get a queen, but you're probably going to share it. They have 7 single rooms and 4 luxury rooms, and yeah.
I imagine that in the common room, there's like something that hangs off the wall, and he lays on it like a tree branch.
Okay.
And so since he never takes up a bed, they don't worry about charging him.
Yeah, Bethana understands your relationship with Sheriff Baylor and doesn't charge you most times because you're hardly in town. You don't stay in town for long, and understands the favor that you're doing for Sandpoint. But she definitely does charge you for the food at least. Okay, so everybody kind of goes their separate ways. Silflay and Calliope head off to the cathedral. Giddy heads back to the Scarnetti Mansion to the south of Sandpoint, or Scarnetti Manor. Number 50 here on the Sandpoint map. And, yeah, Brip, you stay at the Rusty Dragon.
Damn.
Yeah, Giddy has a trek.
Yeah, it's probably a good 15, maybe 20-minute walk.
Is
That's
there
much
like
shorter
a
than I thought you
small
were gonna say.
ferry that? Yeah, I was gonna say I thought that'd be like an hour or two. But is there like a small ferry that goes over there?
No, it's
The
those
rich
are
crime
very
family.
tall cliffside.
Oh yeah, I see that now.
There is some ruins that have staircases that lead up, but it's very treacherous.
Yeah, I think Giddy would just ride Ignara back there for speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably like half a mile based on the little.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Kaijitsu Manor's empty.
Yeah.
It is not empty. If you were to ask Bethana, she would tell you that Ameko's maids and butlers are still keep the place clean and tidy and ready for her arrival at any given point in time. She keeps them employed and paid well, and they kind of just take care of the house themselves.
Hope she comes to visit.
She does, on occasion, actually.
Someday we will. The rest of us will know who this is.
Yeah.
I've looked up
never
all.
mind.
I know who this is.
I want to do
know.
that roleplay of Calliope meeting.
All right, and there's nothing
This
else
is
that you
so
guys want
bad.
to do for the night. Just retire at your respective places.
Calliope would write her letters.
Okay.
And handle that business, as well as some other personal bookkeeping and office work, quote unquote, essentially. Updating her spreadsheets.
Okay.
For lack of a better term. So
Gotcha. So the cathedral that Silflay and Sylphley and Calliope are heading to. The cathedral has these other buildings attached to it that work as a greenhouse, a cookery. They provide food for anybody else that needs it, and just general studies for outside of the cathedral itself, where that's just the primary place for worship. And there's bunks and a library and all kinds of accoutrements that you could imagine for a pretty self-sustained establishment that is the cathedral. So yeah, you guys are giving your own kind of room. If you want a room together, you can. You all had been assigned beds previously, so you can stay in your own bed separate. I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Any conversation you guys have along the walk?
Have you thought anymore? I know you're a little bit more local than I, but clearly, obviously. But do you think we should speak with Broddard, or should we just go back underground? I never really got an answer if we should talk to him or not. So I'll keep asking until somebody says no or yes. I'm not sure how much knowledge of the past can help with the immediate
We don't
presence
know.
of a ghoul, so...
Well, I think the problem is that we don't know much yet. And with someone that interested in ancient artifacts and lore, he's going to want to see the site, which is going to draw attention. Because I've never met the man, you've never met the man. So if strangers in the night go and find him and question him specifically about this, even if we're vague, he's going to want to know more, he's going to know answers. This man is from higher society than we are. They demand or expect more. I do think we should talk to him, but at this date, I think our priority is to go back and figure out what is going on. Also, this problem has been growing, but I don't know how near the precipice it is. I'm concerned. And I don't know how much time we have.
Understood. Yes, I hearing you say that, I am in agreement. We don't know enough to give him answers that will satisfy his curiosity, enough to keep him out of our way. So we can table that until we know more and can potentially give him answers to what he'll need to know.
Yeah. And we're already trying to avoid the sheriff. I think it's problematic. And then the ritual. That's something else too, because Xantus doesn't want anyone to know. And we have to sit on this for several days. And now that we've realized the stones match these rooms deep underground, maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not. But at this point, everything is suspect. Also, Xantus has been... I don't know if I trust the man.
No matter how good his intentions are, he doesn't know fully what will happen. He's meddling in things that he cannot comprehend, and though, again, his intentions are well placed, this city is fraught with people with good intentions having terrible results thrust upon the entire city.
Yes.
I don't know what we can do to stop him. I would love to speak to Audrani once she does arrive and hopefully glean some more information for what I need to know to satisfy this. And hopefully I can, if I am satisfied, communicate that to you in a way that will satisfy you enough to not want to stop this, but As I've said before, I do think that Pharasma has placed me here to oversee this and be an immediate response, should that be required. But I agree, I do not trust this ritual. No good can come of it. But again, I need to speak to Adrani before I can make a final decision.
Everyone deserves a second chance, but he's been so evasive. It's made me question it.
The high priests in this town have not a great track record. From what I've learned of Tobin, I'm afraid that Father Xantus is following in the same footsteps. I guess only time will tell.
We shall see. I'm not very good at tiptoeing through the shadows, but if alcohol wasn't involved, I probably would have asked Brip to do some surveillance to get a better idea of if there's anything we're missing. I'm much better at commanding the field than sneaking through it.
Yeah. Calliope, kind of, yes, I completely understand and agree. I do better face to face when people can see me. So I can empathize with that. We do at least have one more night before Adrani shows up, so we might be able to persuade Brit to do this tomorrow.
I guess that depends on what happens underground. If we make it back tomorrow evening.
It's an excellent point. We could die tomorrow morning.
It happened once already.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, do you have anything else?
No, I
I
think
don't want to cut end of the role play, but if you had anything else, go for it.
no. I imagine the conversation kind of trails off, and then maybe there's some small talk here and there, but
It's probably the most awkward small talk. Was that a dog barking? Oh,
right.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, you're walking next to one of the charisma faces of the party, but Silflay is very, very awkward.
Yeah, and
There we
Calliope's
go.
I don't really know how to talk to people.
Right.
Also kind of charismatic, but still only because that's intimidating. It's that side of thing as opposed to that side of charisma as opposed to good at talking to people. So
Well, I think there is a shared camaraderie of in the silent awkwardness, because Silflay is also, she's all about intimidation despite her small stature. She's a short queen. And she flaunts it when she needs to.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that we're kind of just, after a while, we probably just trail off and walk comfortably in silence, even just this is fine. This is cool. It's not awkward. Maybe it's not awkward then, after hearing you say that. Just we're both probably comfortable in our own selves of being this is what it is.
Yeah. There is a prolonged stare as we pass at the Sandpoint Theater.
I'm gonna roll. I just want to see something here. Okay, yeah. Calliope is yeah. Cerdak was quite an interesting person. I wouldn't worry about him. He doesn't seem to know anything.
Oh, I'm not worried. Not worried at all.
Calliope's like, Internally, she's like, I'm worried that I'm worried, I guess.
with that
Whatever.
role, yeah. There are nefarious. There is
Yeah.
some sort of nefarious intention to Souffle.
I just wanted to see if really if Calliope noticed like you taking a longer look at the playhouse, but yeah, don't worry. I have no interest in acting. Goodness gracious. Huh. Ugh. It's like getting uncomfortable just thinking about it. Like, let's go back to not talking. Yeah, I think as we get back to the cathedral, then she will kind of just go back to the room that she already had. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she wouldn't really bring up like, you gonna stay over or what? She just kind of like direct and goes back and is like, well, if there's anything else, I'll be up here for a while, getting some affairs in order. So yeah, careless whisper.
Right, go talk to Naffer. My notes say he hasn't had sex in a year.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Good chat. Good chat. Like that roleplay there.
I do have a scene for Giddy if you.
Yeah, I was gonna ask on your trek back to the Scarnetti Matter, along that long road. Maybe you can tell us a little bit what a day in the life of Giddy at the Scarnetti house looks like.
Yeah, so actually, I think, well, Giddy's by himself, so no one would notice this, of course, but as Giddy gets closer to the manor, his demeanor kind of gets a little, like, hesitant, a little withdrawn, and as he approaches, he kind of looks down at Ignara, a little tipsy yet, and it's just like, well, old girl, it's time to go to our usual spot, I suppose. And like, he doesn't feel comfortable going in through the front door. So he kind of maneuvers his way over to like one of the sides of the manor, and like, there's kind of like this little crack in the wall, and it's just like, all right, well, guess I'll go in through my own door, and just kind of makes his way in. Ignara, kind of being a fire creature, is just kind of able to fit through things, not being fully material.
Sure.
I suppose. And eventually, like, we kind of open up into this, like, what feels like an under, not even the basement, just like under something that there shouldn't be an under something too. That's where you see like this little makeshift bed out of like old moth chewed blankets and straw and like all this other kind of stuff. Just the complete opposite of what everyone else in the Scarnetti house lives in and with. Like, this is Giddy's little hovel that he has kind of made for himself, not given a proper room in the Scarnetti house. And of course, it's a little cold in there. There's no heat source where he is. So the heat source is Ignara for him. He kind of gets underneath the chewed up blankets on the not so super soft pillow made out of different materials. It's just like, home sweet home, I guess, huh, girl? Well, I know you don't sleep, but good night, Iggy. And eventually passes out.
What do you do for the Scarnettis?
So, Giddy.
Spill the beans.
We can talk about this too if you don't want to. If you don't want folks to really know.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
Yet.
All right.
This is just an inkling into Giddy's life with the Scarnitties.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, you bed down, and Rip is fast asleep, hanging on the mantle of the common room. And I think that's a good time for us to cut to break. But I'm gonna ask Cody to I want to talk to you a little bit more off air about the relationship between.
You don't get a break.
Scarnitties.
Yeah. No, I knew we would eventually.
So we'll be right back as I change the scene. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll get into the next half of this this long stream when we get back in a few minutes or so. So don't go anywhere. Be right back.
BRB.
The right stuff. There's the right stuff. Nope, that's not it. This one here. Okay,
Yeah,
bye.
that's the stuff. Give me that
That's the
stuff.
right stuff.
Going live.
We're back. We're back. We're back.
Just for you.
That dinosaur movie.
Oh,
I
my
forgot about that
childhood.
movie. That's a good
That was
movie.
a wonderful movie.
That was so sweet. That's such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good kid.
Isn't
That
that
movie-
the one that opens up with everybody dying in the meteor storm?
Oh, I don't remember that part.
I don't remember that part.
There's a dinosaur movie that opens with
No,
a
no,
bunch
no,
of
no.
dinosaurs dying.
You're
because of
talking
a-
That's
about
Land Before Time.
No.
No.
Oh, there's another one, and it's like all CGI dinosaurs.
Yeah, and for
It's
the time,
about
it was
the
actually pretty damn
brontosauruses.
impressive.
I know
Yeah.
the movie you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but I yeah, it's been so long. But no, we're back as an animated, like, fun, songy movie. Very
man.
similar to Cats Don't Dance.
I grew up on some depressing movies, man.
called
Like, I
After
mean, but
Time?
like, I don't know. We had ants though. You know,
Oh.
like I love Bugs Life,
Mhm.
but
That's
ants
good.
is also like everybody dies.
Ants was traumatic.
Ants was great. I loved Ants as a kid.
I had nightmares after I watched that movie as a kid.
I really liked what is it? Where'd it go? Rockadoodle-doo.
Oh, Rockadoodle
Oh, that
was
was
so
so good.
fun.
Chanticleer, you got a crow and you got a crow now.
I love that movie.
Uh,
I remember finding that movie randomly at a garage sale and watched it every day after I found it.
I watched it with my kids a few years ago and I was like, life is complete.
Yeah, you passed it on to the next gen.
all right. Speaking of passing on, let's get to your guys' characters' futures.
They died.
Let's start
Yes.
with the morning after.
We're in the
Point in the future.
boneyard. Which boneyard? Morning after.
I imagine it's a popular spot for specific teenagers.
That's the bone zone.
Not sponsored by Pharasma.
Yes.
You being you, the damn it,
Mhm.
the fuck's your character's name?
It's a
Cody.
25% chance.
Kidding.
Giddy.
Tony.
Giddy. You hear a banging on the wall. You feel like you've
the
got
bone zone.
some sleep. You didn't drink a lot, but you're still a little groggy. Hard to roll around, but there is a banging on the wall, and you hear a very
Groggy.
familiar voice. It says, "Hey,
Uh,
where the hell have you been?"
I was working.
The fuck, you weren't working for us? Get out of here! Come out
I
of
was
there.
working for the temple. Okay. Hello. What can I do for you?
You know, we've had to light our own fires for the last 4 nights. We've had to light our own stovetops by hand for the last 4 days and nights. The fuck are you here for? The fuck are we keeping you around?
I'm sorry. I was doing work for the temple and we got lost in the swamp and weird things happened.
You know, Titus isn't too happy about your disappearance. Are we getting some kind of cut with you working for the cathedral?
Of course, I would never hold anything from you guys. You know that.
What are you doing with Xantus, anyways?
Xantus asked me to inspect some crypt. It was a little different than what I was expecting work-wise, but that's it.
So the man that is talking to Giddy right now is looks like this. Very volatile. Probably 5'10", blonde hair, slick back hair, thick blonde mustache. One of those upside down triangle goatees. What the fuck are they called? I can't remember.
Soul patch.
A soul patch, yeah. He's wearing a.
I think that's what it was called. An upside down triangle goatee. It's the colloquial term.
Frilled white shirt.
Colloquial.
Colloquial. God.
Black furred blue coat. He's just like, every time he talks, he's just spitting also. He says, what are you doing for Xantus?
It's like I said, we were taking a look at this crypt. Something was going on. Something was weird, and we had to go take a look at it and make sure nothing, no undead or something creepy coming out of it. That's really about it.
Undead? What do you mean by that?
The ghouls and...
Ghouls!
Yeah.
He kind of has a smile.
I pity the ghouls.
Is it ghouls under the boneyard there? Is that what you're telling me?
There were.
Where?
But they're gone now.
What's he paying?
Took care of them. What was he paying me? Did he ever say how much he was paying us?
No.
I'm gonna be honest, bossy. He didn't tell us how much he was paying us.
What, you just working for him for free?
Well, no,
Why'd this take you 4 days in the first place to do?
Because it didn't start out at the crypt. There was another job that went with it, and we had to go out into the swamp. Things got really weird in the swamp. All of us got dazed and confused, and time just kind of didn't exist while we were in there. It's hard to describe. And then that led into the crypt work, and here I am.
What the fuck am I supposed to tell Titus?
Yeah, you could tell him I've earned the family some reputation with the cathedral.
Now, you know we don't get along with Xantus and the cathedral folk at all. Why do you think we would want that?
I thought it would be better if we at least tried to get along with them and, save some face with Sandpoint.
He shakes his head and says, you know what? All this talk about ghouls being under the cemetery, I think Titus would like to hear, actually. That might be something we could use. Especially with the election coming up.
Oh, sure. I'm willing to talk about it for sure.
Kind of nods.
Should I?
You got any? What can you tell me about the ghouls? They're just under there? You said they're gone. What happened?
Well, I took care of them. I took care of them, and they was trying to steal people's bones from right from under the boneyard.
They had been.
And then, yeah, apparently they had been, and that's why Xantus wanted us down there.
Yeah? Is that all?
I mean that's about all I encountered. Yeah.
I mean, is that all he asked you to go down there for, is to check on the ghouls?
Yeah, that's all he asked us to go down there, was to take care of the ghouls who were stealing people's bones. It was a weird job, but not too difficult. I got a little beat up, but hey, I'm here.
Go ahead and roll deception. It sounds like you're trying to hide the fact that he asked you to find Nualia's bones, right? So.
Yeah. Let's see what we get. Whee! Well, by let's see, I mean you see,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
I got
blind.
it. He squints his eyes and says, all right. I think that's something Titus could use anyways. Ghouls underneath the
Sure,
boneyard.
boss.
That'll show some weakness. Yeah, I'll talk to Titus about it. Now you just get back to lighting the fires around the house. It's almost breakfast. They need the stoves lit. Before you go anywhere else, you make sure to let the servants know. Check in with us
Yes,
every once
sir.
in a while.
Yes, sir. It won't happen again.
And he spits on the floor next to you and walks away.
And then Giddy starts to walk around the mansion and lights the stoves first, knowing that's kind of the priority, and then kind of starts casting a very weak version of ignition on it. All the lights and stuff just kind of snapping as he goes around the house.
Lumos.
Yeah. And then it's kind of internally, it's just like, I can't let him know about that situation with that lady's bones. I just, why does Titus want to use ghouls for what? Election. I should probably, do I talk to the others about this? I don't know. It's not their business. I'll have to. No, they don't need to know. They don't need to know. And yeah, he just kind of continues doing his work. And after all the fires are lit, finds whoever the head servant might be, lets them know that he's about to leave for the day, and kind of bows and then makes his way out.
Yep, you do that, and you head to the cathedral. Brip's wake up is probably a little less intense. You catch the smell of sausage, bacon, eggs, jasmine rice, seasoned very well, kind of wafting up from the floor below.
I imagine he like cartoon follows the smell.
All right, and
Hasn't even woken up yet.
you wake up in a chair with a plate of food in front of you.
I think he'd open his eyes. Oh, thank you, Bethana. He already knows. And I think he would just start scarfing because he drank way too much and he knows that's going to help him.
Yeah, you only had 2.5 drinks.
I'm a small frog.
And he's like
That's
a
true.
This is fair.
40-pound.
I was saying, we're all tiny except for Calliope.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The one who could probably handle the most alcohol abstains.
Yeah, like a shot glass is a cup, you know? It's like,
Is there anything that Brip wants to do before heading to the cathedral?
I think he might just contemplate. He's going through. Maybe you see flashbacks of Father Xantu saying not to tell the sheriff, and this worries Brip, and it's. I think he's lost eating an autopilot, but just going through the day, and I think that's probably why he drank what he did, was because it's taken a lot on him to lie, to not be truthful with the sheriff. So I imagine he's very quiet today.
Okay. All right. Keep it to himself. Silflay and Calliope, you guys wake up in your respective rooms in the cathedral's housing area. Rooms. Common rooms, whichever, however you guys want to play that. There's always an offering of your standard Galarian breakfast. Biscuits, fruit, buffet, coffee. Kind of laid out in their common kitchen, shared kitchen area.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I just kind of need to go sit in the sun to sort of satiate myself. So, I would find items that can be easily preserved, like biscuits or whatever, and essentially just kind of fill my rations by just taking enough for me, because I like to keep rations on hand, even though I don't use them. I can use them for other people, and then I can also enchant that rations for my Thermal Remedy spell.
Nice.
That's neat.
Yeah, Calliope's been up since before the sun rose probably, doing some stretching, prayer, ritualistic washing and painting of the face. So she was probably like up and ready. Actually, maybe not at the cathedral. There's probably people who've been up as early as her. But she's probably one of the first ones down and ready for breakfast.
Okay.
She grabs a plate, has a simple breakfast. Doesn't want to eat too much knowing what's ahead, so probably a Sandpoint muffin. Because England is not a thing, so the equivalent of an English muffin, and
A sand muffin.
yeah, whatever, maybe a fruit juice, a tea,
X juice.
yeah, prune juice, help her with her morning movement.
You can just go Pokemon style, Panap Berry.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah,
Regularity is part of devotion to Pharasma.
A rigid schedule for all.
As she sits upon her
things.
throne.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah. But
maybe
yeah,
you
so she's
guys-
just waiting for them all to come.
Sure. Yeah, as maybe as you guys, Silflay and Calliope, you guys cross paths at some point.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Sorry.
This is so much more difficult when the other two aren't here.
I think we might be too similar. It's one of those things where two people who are too similar have issues. Not saying that we have issues. I walk that back. Yes. How did you sleep? Do you? Yes. How did you sleep?
All of this is canon. All of that.
And she, yeah, Calliope just like looks, after asking that, just like looks away, like, oh my God, Jesus. She doesn't say those words.
Phrasma.
Yeah. Phrasma.
I do rest. It was comfortable. It's nice to have private quarters after a couple days on the road.
Yes, the privacy is much appreciated.
Right. Have you walked the gardens?
I have not. Have you?
Not really. I perused it briefly last night, but you can walk and enjoy your Sandpoint muffin.
It's not very good, in all honesty. Prefer my home's version of it. Their take is a little. What's the word I'm looking for? Rudimentary, maybe.
You are eating food at a cathedral. Everything is going to be disappointing.
There. Derivative.
Not wrong.
That was the word. But how can
Same
baked
thing.
goods be derivative? But anyway,
The gardens are this way.
thank you. I'll go view them now. And on her way, Calliope's going to try to flag down some acolyte in the church to give some letters to mail off.
Okay.
Silflay will walk with you through the gardens.
Oh,
and-
I thought you were
Tell me
trying
fuck
to
off.
gain some more solitude. Yeah. I thought you were basically like, it's my turn to eat, so you need to go somewhere else.
No,
Can't
no,
watch
I
me
mean,
while I photosynthesize.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine it's a quiet walk, but unless it was that awkward moment, it's like, oh, this kind of looks like you. Stare.
No, I think that the more interaction Calliope has with Silflay, she kind of feels like she's not ever saying the right thing about her being a Leshy. So she's kind of just like, I don't think that is a topic I'm going to broach anymore, because I'll say something stupid and make it awkward. So she's gonna kind of like
Brooch.
Yeah. I don't get that one.
When I think of a brooch, I think of a leaf.
Ah. So
Oh,
leaves
yeah.
of
Brought
Lorien
it full
do not
circle.
idly
Yep.
fall.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Do not fall idly. Either way.
It's
You guys
trackable.
You guys are
So
walking through the garden.
Yes. Yes.
It's a-
eating muffins.
eating
Yes.
muffins. And let's just say that Brip, you show up first. The gardens kind of surround the cathedral, and you see your two companions walking through. Maybe you don't see Silflay immediately, but above some of the tall grass, you do see.
Why? Because all the plants look alike.
If I stand still, do I gain the camouflage trait?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I thought that was pretty corny.
You see Calliope, and
That type of leshy.
you see the head of Silflay kind of popping around next to her.
Just a wizard hat, just
Yeah.
walking next to Calliope.
Yeah.
Hey, slow down.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, Brip.
You walk really fast.
Well, my legs are about as long as you are. It's not intentional. How are you this morning?
I think I need some water. Pulls out his water skin.
I look at Calliope.
There have been more words in this exchange than there has been between us all morning.
Well, You're not wrong.
I woke up to breakfast. Bathana always makes me a good breakfast. And then I found myself walking over here. Worked out.
Did. Now we just need Giddy.
Giddy shows up.
Oh, wow. That was fast.
He's a Scarnetti, so he's probably got, you know, one of those limo like style wagons that have a bunch of doors.
Style. It's hilarious to me. It's just like a hella long wagon. Like a cart. Oh, that's too funny.
Giddy sells wagon insurance.
That's Giddy's main source of income.
That's hella funny.
He's not doing well.
Right. Just runs a bandit group on the side.
Yeah, Giddy arrives. Kind of. I want to say he's riding. Yeah, he'd be riding back on Ignara. I don't think it's any secret to the people of this town that he has magic. And I don't know how uncommon summoners would be around this town, but I don't think they're that uncommon.
You still definitely
Wouldn't be
get
the first time
stares.
something was summoned here.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
definitely.
that's true.
You might be like a local celebrity.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
probably true.
There's the goblin with the fire cat.
So yeah, he's just kind of riding in on Ignara's back, and eventually gets there, and he's looking a little rough. He's looking a little worse for wear this morning. His eyes are really baggy, and he looks stressed out. Hops off of Ignara's back and snaps, and she disappears into the ether.
Oh,
And
I don't think I'll ever get used to that.
he's just like, hi everybody. Good to see you.
You look like you were up later than I was. Oh, you had a long walk home, huh?
You know, luckily I have Iggy for that, but I didn't sleep so well last night, and I got woken up a little sooner than what I would have liked.
Oh, I bet you had the Scarnetti maids making you breakfast early, huh?
Something like that, yeah. But
Well, if you are still hungry, I'm sure there are some of these shitty muffins still available.
You hear a gasp from behind you.
you know, I think I'll take a muffin.
This lady looks aghast at your mention of shitty muffins.
That's the brand name. Shitty TM.
She shakes his head. She's like,
Oh shoot!
Who's
Shit?
Just offending old ladies left and right here.
Or
What the hell?
hyphen T.
This lady that stands at about 5'6", brunette, long-haired.
Whoa.
She looks older, maybe in her late 40s. She's carrying several large baskets of freshly baked pastries and goods.
In the garden?
In the garden. She was walking through and out,
What a-
and she was leaving the cathedral, and she says, I apologize for your distaste in my muffins. Here.
He doesn't know good
Hopefully
muffins.
these taste better. And she gives you a whole basket of fresh baked bread.
That is unnecessary.
No, this is completely
What
necessary.
is your name? What is your name?
I am
Milady?
Alma.
Alma. I am
Alma Averton
Alma.
of Sandpoint Savories. Please,
I-
your satisfaction
Fuck.
is key to my business, and if you're not happy, then I'm not happy. So please take this basket of goods and come by my shop at any point in time, and I'd be more than happy to give you a sample of any of our goods there, and hopefully improve
Alma.
your.
Please, 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 please. This is not necessary. I apologize for my remark. I am from a different area in the world, and I have a very particular taste when it comes to baked goods. So should not be the judge of the quality of your baked goods.
I definitely heard your judgment. I definitely heard your judgment.
Okay, so, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Giddy was kind of side-eyeing Calliope the whole time, like, take the damn muffins.
Okay,
I take the critique of my customers very seriously, so please be open to my offer.
I didn't technically buy this.
You didn't, but
okay.
Still, you've tasted my goods and you're unhappy. Anyways,
Giddy's
please.
already face deep in muffins.
So Souffle did take like
Who's
fresh
muffins?
bread, and you see her actually chewing on it, like under the mask. And it's like,
I
Pretty
love fresh baked bread.
Okay, yeah, Calliope will try it and like make a show of it and be like,
Oh,
this one is 1,000 times. That must have been like a week old. They must have just had the shitty old ones.
that may be true.
I
We do-
think one of the acolytes was playing a prank on me. They don't like my face paint.
Giddy has 3 of them in his mouth right now.
See, look at they love them. These are great, Alma.
Or so good. Or so good.
Will you sponsor our party?
I think I already have. And she kind of looks down at
Fair enough.
the basket of baked goods. But she
Do you have merch that we need to wear to promote your business?
Do you have a shirt that says Alma Sluts?
Almost
It's
let's
a
love
tavern.
Aberton Bakery.
Almost sluts and savories. Wait, almost
Yeah.
savory sluts.
Oh,
There it
goodness.
is. There's
that's
the
a shirt
merch.
right there.
Yeah.
And nookie cookies.
Oh gosh.
Yes, you could find
Yeah.
nookie cookies right in your ouchie pouchies.
Yes. There it is.
Guys,
There it is.
you guys. Shit. You
It's
guys.
like, thank
just,
you, Alma.
Yep. She says,
Very
well,
sorry.
Please. Thank you. Bye bye. She walks away.
Please, thank you as well.
Thanks, Alma. Love ya.
Just in
Aberton.
between bites of
Alma
bread,
Aberton.
I look at Calliope.
You're really not very good at this.
No, usually, well, I don't know. Usually I just stare at people and they give me what I want. This
Yeah,
time I had to
Neverton.
actually say something rude. It was
Never turned down a
uncomfortable.
free muffin. What's wrong with you?
Isn't it
Well,
funny that now we could use a lawyer?
We come from very different places in society.
Do you usually intimidate older women?
I am 2 for 2 in doing so. The last 2 older women I've met have been very off-put by me. So, who knows? Maybe I do it all the time. These are the only 2 that I've noticed recently.
I don't think she was off put. I think she was disappointed.
I think that, yes. Well, we should
Yeah, well, it was
go
pretty rude
sing
calling
her
them shitty
praises
muffins like
to the
that.
town. I don't know.
You 3 locals would know that Sandpoint Savories is already well praised. And you might know that she drops off free baked goods to the church at least once or twice a week.
Damn it.
Yeah, Alma's good company. For many reasons.
Dylan, was assuming that some altar server was making fucking host loaves in the back, and it was
Not the
Try.
host loaves.
essentially
It
just
could-
like
It's probably a
communion
mix of both.
bread.
Yeah, it could be a mix
That's
of both.
what I was expecting. So that's why I said it was shitty. I didn't realize it was literally a fresh baked good from Sweets
May
and
have gotten some
Sundries
old
or
ones.
whatever it was called. Yeah.
He's
okay.
like, oh, this
that's what it
hot,
was.
steamy muffin is old.
It's like, oh, I accidentally got into no, I got into the whatever the thing is where the priest keeps communion. The tabernacle. That's not right. There's a thing. I was once Catholic. I've expunged as much of that from my mind as I can, clearly.
Right. I saw a meme recently of Power from Chainsaw Man, who's a blood demon.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, You tell me I take a whole bath and then you give me free blood and flesh.
I was like, damn.
All right, what are you chuckleheads doing? They got a basket full.
Yeah. after grilling Calliope, Souffle would have begun walking slowly towards the boneyard, just kind of waiting for others to follow.
Yeah.
Right behind you.
Yeah, Calliope kind of just like stands there like holding a muffin and is just like and just like shakes her head a little bit, like refocuses, tries to put that out of her mind. Again, interpersonal communication is rough. So just like let's get back underground, pull my sword out, have a torch, and see I can kill something. Okay. Pharasma put me here for a reason, and it wasn't to berate old ladies or make them disappointed in me. I didn't say that.
No, I know. Tim did.
Whereas his summary so clearly put, Calliope shit on the free church muffins donated by the nicest lady in town.
Dude. Again, that's my bad. That's Dylan.
That's the way you could have known.
Whatever. No, but it's good. It's good fun RP. So.
What I like is Dylan the player feels bad about this.
Oh, I feel horrible. Yeah.
You walked
Robert, you really made me feel bad.
I'm doing my part.
Yes, you
walked
are.
through the cathedral.
And then Calliope.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I didn't do
fucking
shit.
Yeah.
Right? A little pop-up. Would you like to know more?
You guys walk through the cathedral into the boneyard, and you can see a few acolytes tending to graves there, and Naffer himself, who takes notice of you all immediately, kind of gives you a wave, kind of glances over to the shadowy corner where Nualia's grave is, and tarped over, kind of gives you a nod, and you guys head on over. Unless you want to interact with Naffer or any of the acolytes. All right.
No, I mean, he's
Naffer, hey, any
Yes.
chance that you might have a toe from a recently deceased body?
Toe? Why would I have a... No, that's disgusting. Wrong.
Can I get a toe?
What?
This is probably the right question.
No. Why? What's wrong with you?
Well, it would protect us potentially down there.
A toe? Is this for a spell or a ritual of some kind?
Exactly, a protection ritual. So if I can get a toe or a finger.
A toe-tection.
A
Assuming
protection spell, exactly.
you walk over there by yourself.
Correct.
Okay.
Getting skittered away from everyone else.
Yeah, Brip's walking real slow behind Silflay.
You tell me if this is a diplomacy or deception check.
Diplomacy.
This is not. This is completely against his. Yeah,
We need a percentile roll too. You got to get 100 to see if he has like a toe in his pocket.
Who has boots that nice, but a shovel so shitty?
That's true.
Nap.
Yeah,
It's built for him.
got like, and his hunchback.
As we stare at his hunchback and one leg shorter than the other. Poor guy. He's happy though.
That's why the shovel's angled.
Yeah.
Well, he had. Never mind.
All right, so
What did I roll?
He says, "There's no way I would, not to face, but I could never pull a finger or a toe from any of the folks here resting.
Can I do it?
Do not, no, absolutely not."
Good boy.
Slightly disappointed in you. Anyway, goodbye.
I'm disappointed in you.
Well, I don't care what you think. Have you seen your shovel?
Okay, Scarnetti.
That's right, and don't you forget it.
I couldn't, even if I wanted to.
Reputation
boy.
decrease.
Nafu will remember that.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll take his
man.
toes.
You know what's funny is that there's a bunch of dead bodies in the cavern below.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Giddy is fully aware. This is just a great callback.
Oh.
Uh,
I imagine you guys like try to go get a toe, and Calliope's like, right in front of me.
Well, Calliope's the one who suggested taking a toe from
like-
the goblins.
Oh,
Well,
you guys in front of the tarp.
the
Nualia's-
toe was not my idea to begin with. Let's get underground. I have a torch this time.
I mean, I have a cat.
I have eyes.
and my crossbow.
How close are we to level
Is that a
5?
different moment?
Yeah.
All right, so where in the cavern do you guys want to go?
Ooh, that's a great question. Our options are spooky door or secret tunnel.
Spooky door, secret
we have-
tunnel, or the barricade where the whiny, whinging
That's
goblin
like-
is.
Is that the spooky door? Are you saying spooky?
Spooky.
Is that the cave in on the north where the 7-pointed stars were?
Archie, Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Mm,
That's what I was assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It was wherever we found the runes and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stars. Yeah. The Taldan
Thessalonian.
Thessalonian.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not I knew it was a T.
And then I think it's not confirmed, but there's an assumption that that might connect to the passage that the goblin is stuck in, but it may not. It may be different, but they're close enough on the map that it seems like it might.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also be barricaded on both sides, so that would make sense.
Agreed. Well, you know my stance. I'd like to put this creature out of its misery, but could be persuaded otherwise.
If we are dealing with the ghoul, we need to be ready to deal with whatever creature is on that side of the wall. And to be honest, we may need to go track it down, at least see if it's still there. Seems like it's a threat to the city.
I agree.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I just hope that whatever it is, I hope we can handle it.
Yeah. The words of Zant is talking about it being some flaming horse. Wasn't
Ugh.
reassuring, but based off the goblin, I don't know if it would be.
I don't know either. Because I feel like if it were what Xantus was describing, our goblin friend would have been more. Well, he was pretty freaked out. And goblins don't exactly love horses.
Was Father Xantus explaining what the Sandpoint beast was? Or was he saying that, but is that what the creature is called?
The
Beast of
Sandpoint Devil.
Sandpoint. Sandpoint Devil, yeah. Is that what he was referring to? Is he? Never mind. That's going to open a whole nother can of worms. I'm ready. I can see. Don't think that there will be another bout of confusion now that I know the lay of the land here a little bit better. Reminder, this is still short for me. It's nice and convenient for you all, but I am a little slower than you in here, so lead on and I'll follow.
Well, the tables have turned.
So you guys are
Well-
heading to the barricade with the goblin then, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the order? Walking order? Who's in front talking to the goblin, if at all?
That would be Giddy.
Who's on third? Sorry.
The one who speaks goblin.
Yeah.
Ignara is probably gonna be out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Souffle would be just behind Giddy then, if not leading. And obviously Giddy needs to take point with the goblin, but yeah.
Okay, and Brip. Where's Brip in relation to the group? I guess that's
Brip.
not too much.
Brip likes to be a
Right behind. All right, switching scenes here.
Yeah, Calliope would be pretty close behind too, with a torch in one hand and her sword in the other.
All right, how's that look?
When it loads, I will let you know.
Oh, all right.
Looks like we're beneath Nualia's grave.
Yes. Utter darkness.
Darkness.
This
imprisoned
torch is
me.
shit.
All that I see.
Absolute horror. How can I live? How can I die? I have to go listen to Metallica. I say have, like it's a chore. It's not.
All right, so you guys walk your way down through that tunnel. Oh, I forgot there's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So for all future
okay, let's back.
rolls, I have a climbing kit that allows me to attach. Oh, is it on?
I
It
think
doesn't Python's hammer grappling hook. Is that only for one use?
No,
No.
you would just
No.
like set the piton in the ground at the top and then
Oh, okay.
climb in, climb out.
Well, for future reference, I don't think this is really big enough, but I do have that.
Yeah, even with the bonus, I think it would provide still not enough for Giddy or Brip. So they're gonna take some bludgeoning damage as they fall.
Yeah.
Slip and slide.
It I see. It doesn't prevent failures, but if you crit fail, you can do a DC 5 flat check to avoid the crit.
It's cool.
I like to imagine Kitty just foot slips and then just tumbles down like a bowling ball.
Yeah, head over heels.
Exactly, and then just smacks into the wall. But
Sackboy bouncing into the.
Ow.
Gosh, I hate that entrance.
All right. So you guys get up from that brief fall and make your way through the larger part of the warren and back into that altered chamber where you assume Glorcus had came from, and the barricade. You can clearly hear the goblin kind of whispering to himself from behind the barricade. Glorcus left me, Lord Rip Nugget.
This guy's still complaining about that. Goodness sakes.
What's he saying?
He's still going on about feeling abandoned and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's really sad.
Eh,
Oh wait,
I've heard
they're
worse.
undead though, huh?
yeah.
I remember that. No saving them.
Hey back there. Remember us? We're back.
Shh. You had to be quiet.
I see we're gonna go through this whole cycle again. He says that we have to be quiet.
You taking down the barrier?
You know,
That's why we're here, right?
No.
Burn
he
it
doesn't know what
down.
you're saying. He doesn't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I forget that he only speaks Goblin. So
Can't you just have like Iggy pee on it and it'll burn down?
You know, that's actually probably a fair point. So,
Fire piss.
Let him
I don't know.
Let him know we're coming in, I suppose. It's only polite.
It's an acid pee.
So, here's the thing. I know you don't want us to come back there or take down this barricade, but we need to get back there.
no. You'll anger the fire monster.
By tearing down the barricade you made?
Yes. Shh. You'll make it know there's things here that I'm still here, and it'll blow us up.
I don't know. He seems pretty scared of whatever this thing is.
Well,
Does it benefit us, really, to tear this thing down?
Didn't we agree we have to go in here anyways? If you want to come back, we can, but it's this, the other barricade, well, the collapse, or the secret tunnel, but that's in the direction that may possibly lead us to the Devil's Platter. That's a lot longer walk.
I suppose you're right. I gave him a warning, so I guess here we go. Chop, chop.
We're gonna. I'll stay back here with the crossbow train just in case he jumps out to attack.
yeah, Calliope will... Sorry, go for it.
I was gonna say, as you're doing that, I pull out the dry crackers and biscuits I kind of took from my portions this morning, and I began kind of muttering over it, which is something you guys have seen me do before with some food, as I'm gonna do Thermal Remedy. You can cast Thermal Remedy. And essentially imbue this small bit of food and hand it out to everybody. It's just a couple bites. Make sure you eat it. If we run into this fire creature, it should help, as everyone will gain a resistance to the fire.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh,
If I
thank
feed
you.
some of that to Iggy, does she get more fire resistance?
No.
Uh,
I don't think it's stacks.
Fire resistance
I don't think it
4.
stacks, yeah.
Oh, lame.
she can partake though, because I can feed up to 10 individuals.
Yeah, I think it's whichever's the highest.
I was gonna say item bonus plus a stat bonus. I don't know.
That might be true.
I think there's only one bonus type that specifically stacks.
The
Anymore.
luck or whatever it is.
Could be.
I don't remember what it is anymore, but
Giddy has a string full of toes, by the way, from the local goblins that were killed.
in here just now during this entire thing.
you're like,
Just-
yeah, you just been like pulling toes off. Have you been talking?
You've been walking through the warren.
It's just like he's been wearing it as a kind of like a belt
That's fucking
since
gross.
he took them off. And he's just like, just in case, you know.
Man.
Okay, so you feed everybody the thermal remedy through those rations you collected.
Yeah, make sure to drag that onto your character.
Ah, yes, I need to do that.
Yeah, I had to F5 my boundary, so I'll do it.
You guys just start tearing
Yeah, it
down the
says you're still in
barricade.
Sandpoint.
Yep.
Yes. Is it an athletic check?
Yes. Yep. One good athletics check, or 3 rounds of work.
I think Calliope would just be like, fuck this.
I'll give Calliope guidance on her first athletics check.
Okay,
Ooh.
try it.
I don't know if I'll be able to apply that with the way my foundry's
you just-
thinking right now.
You just say you get
So it's just a +1 to, yeah.
Oh.
Giddy moves out of the way of the barricade. Ignar moves
Yep.
up.
Giddy is like,
Calliope-
I ain't getting out of here.
Calliope, you have to get a little
Cool,
closer
I
to
put
the
a-
barricade there.
Okay. Can you move me?
Yeah.
Just can you override me? Okay. I think I got it. All right. So plus 13 on this roll. I don't know if I blinded it.
Oh yeah, that
I did.
is plenty to break it down.
Mm.
And it happens so quickly, and you hit it with such efficiency and force that it all just comes crumbling down. And then behind the barricade, you see this goblin who looks like he's obviously been burnt.
Oh.
And
Oh
is
God.
atrophied, and he just looks up at you, Calliope, as you're kind of hunched down in this low cavern built for smaller folk, and he yells out, "No! Let me pass! Let me pass! It knows! It knows! It knows!" And we're gonna go into combat next session.
Ooh.
I'm gonna call it there.
I
Nice.
feel like this thing's flipping a coin in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, its nickname is Harvey.
Yeah.
So before we cut it, I'll just say that the goblin is looks like its face and body is half burnt on one side. Its lips are non-existent, so all you see are its teeth, as most of its body seems to have just been decayed, as it is a goblin ghoul also. It looks very sad and disappointed, and now also surprised and full of fear, seeing that the barricade has been trodden down with efficient force and quite loudly enough for the roar of fire to be seen and heard from almost 20 feet behind it in the caverns beyond.
Mm.
Ooh, I don't see anything on the map, so I'm curious what that looks like. Next time.
Next time. Next year.
Whispers
Oh, the
of
door
doom.
is locked.
Oh, I guess I could.
Yeah.
No, that's all good. Oh
Let's do
wow.
that. This is a little teaser.
There's plenty of toes for you in there, Giddy.
Yeah, beyond you can clearly see 3 more goblin ghouls, corpses that are burnt to next to nothing, and definitely the shine of a bright fiery light around the corner to the north of that small cavern behind this burnt gabagool. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching episode 35 of Whispers of Doom. We'll be back next week in the new year, regularly scheduled programming, and don't forget to
Live by the
die.
and
die by the
die. Join our Discord, and all our other socials, and we'll
Yep.
TTFN.
We'll talk to you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
Newmas.
Toodaloo. Bye-bye. We're walking this way. Don't follow us. That's the wrong scene. Let me make sure I get the right scene.
Right.
And
We'll all step into
Wow.
2025 together.
Are we off?